Hello everyone. The year 2025 is upon us, and that means it's time for our traditional segment on Hollywood actresses. 1534 names have removed themselves from the anti-rating after years of honorable membership. Long story short, today's episode is going to be very interesting, so make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. And don't forget to hit that like button so we know you're interested and want more similar segments. And if you're up for it, share your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's dive right in. First, I'd like to kick things off with the newcomers to this rather dubious list, before we get to its longtime regulars, whose situations have also taken quite a turn over the past year. So, out of nowhere, near the end of 2024 and the start of 2025, we see the beloved star of the once cult series Gossip Girl, and Ryan Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively, making her way into this infamous ranking of the most hated actresses. Up until recently, she and Reynolds were considered one of the most stable and admired couples around. But it all started changing drastically when Blake filed a lawsuit against her co-star from It Ends With Us, actor-director Justin Baldoni, as well as producer Jamie Heath. We've already made a couple of episodes on that topic, so let's not dig too deep. In brief, Lively accused Baldoni and Heath of harassing her during filming, creating a toxic atmosphere, allegedly making unwanted advances, and ultimately orchestrating a smear campaign against her. Cue slightly mysterious music. In the beginning, everyone rushed to support Blake, but just last week Baldoni and Heath filed their own counterclaims, backing them up with plenty of emails and conversations supposedly proving that Lively was never actually against a more provocative take on her character, and that she demanded a producer credit without valid grounds, aiming to take control of the project and its finances. By the way, that film ended up making roughly $150 million in pure profit, so there was definitely something to fight over. As a result, many have started drawing parallels between Lively and Amber Heard, doubting Blake's motives. At this stage, nobody knows who's right because both sides are completely contradicting each other. But Lively's reputation has taken a huge hit, especially once it came to light that her husband, Ryan Reynolds, got tangled up in the drama. Or maybe he dragged himself into it, who knows? Either way, the actress once beloved by so many unexpectedly tops the list of Hollywood's most disliked in 2025. Of course, she's not the only one. 2024 brought plenty of surprises for even the most cherished stars, which leads us to actress and singer Jennifer Lopez, or J.Lo, who has been known worldwide for decades. People both in and out of Hollywood have generally adored her, but by the latter half of 2024, everything flipped upside down because of the rap mogul Diddy's legal troubles. You've probably heard about his substantial influence on the industry and the horrifying crimes he's now accused of. The real problem for J.Lo is that this scandal has resurfaced a lot of uncomfortable stories from her past, when she was not just Combs's protege but also his girlfriend, and apparently a very close associate. Now fans demand answers about whether she had any knowledge of the horrifying events taking place around her then-boyfriend, whether she was involved, or if she tried in any way to stop him. But J.Lo has decided to remain absolutely silent and avoids any mention of her relationship with Combs. Adding fuel to the fire are rumors that she may have been a witness to the abuse of a 13-year-old girl. J.Lo has already been summoned to testify in Diddy's court case, although just as a witness for now, but who knows how that might play out. So her reputation has really taken a nosedive, and it's not like there's anyone else to blame. Now, let's move on to those who managed to leave the list. Actress Brie Larson, for the first time in 5 years, is no longer among the most hated. Oddly enough, this Marvel star, often criticized for her numerous public missteps, found herself out of the top after her second solo film, The Marvels, flopped at the box office, despite the first film pulling in over $1 billion. But it seems she disappeared off the radar, and as people stopped talking about her, they stopped hating her. A similar situation applies to Amber Heard. Yes, Johnny Depp's ex is still in the disliked category, but she's no longer on top like she used to be. She's been living quietly in Spain for some years, not seeking public attention and rarely appearing in the press. The less people hear about her, the less they hold her in contempt. But now we have someone new showing up here, Kristen Stewart. It's pretty unexpected, but a reputable publication, Graph Razmi, placed her second in their Most Hated Stars list. The biggest complaints are, surprisingly, still about that ancient cheating scandal on Robert Pattinson, along with what some call her fake feminism and queerbaiting, exploiting her supposed orientation for publicity. As you know, Stewart now identifies in quite a non-traditional way, but many people think she's just performing. Honestly, there's nothing new in all of this, but she's apparently rocketed straight into the anti-rating this year. And here come our winners. On the runner-up spot, we see the actress and Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, a frequent presence in such lists. Let's face it, she's been disliked for quite a while now, largely due to her tendency to come off as overly dramatic, as if she's acting 24/7. If you saw the Netflix documentary Harry and Meghan, you'd know they emphasize Meghan's suffering in the cruel world of the royal family, though that seems bizarre considering her wedding alone cost £32 million, and she claims to be an environmental and women's rights advocate despite rubbing shoulders with the Saudi royal family and flying around in their private jets. There's no shortage of contradictions like these, well portrayed in a South Park episode, which made fun of their supposed desire for privacy while they monetized their popularity every step of the way. Without that popularity, the money would dry up, of course. A new Netflix project, with Love, Meghan, has fueled the controversy further, showing her as a perfectly domesticated homemaker with organic produce and her own beehives, all while peddling the idea that a woman's place is in the kitchen. Naturally, it's no surprise people aren't thrilled about the hypocrisy. But there's one star who stands out above even her. As was the case last year, Rachel Zegler firmly holds on to the title of the world's most hated actress. It's quite remarkable, considering she became famous by sheer luck and then managed to alienate tens, if not hundreds, of millions of people around the globe, all the while posting tearful videos about how nobody understands her. Yet she's learned nothing and continues to land in one scandal after another. One of the biggest lately was her public condemnation of Americans who voted for Trump, practically half the country. Even Disney ultimately forced her to apologize, but it didn't help much. That meltdown was just one of many fiascos for this breakout star. So the actress set to play Snow White, which, by the way, is coming to theaters very soon, is, for the second year, proudly seated on the throne of the most hated actress in the world. Congratulations, I guess? And that's all for this episode. If we forgot anyone, feel free to let us know in the comments, and also tell us if you'd like to see a similar ranking for actors. Plus, remember to smash that like button. Once we hit over 10,000 likes, we'll release a follow-up. Thanks to everyone who watched till the end, and see you next time.